learning today, we decided to select a mascot. Talk about what a mascot is. Either an animal or an object or some kind of character that cheers us on in our learning, represents our class. We're selecting a mascot that represents myself, your teacher, and you. And we're going to start thinking about what needs to be considered and what is the best choice for our new mascot. You're writing that question that I've underlined in your notebook. Arwen?
What you're going to do, what animal you're going to select.
Okay, so maybe we need to think about animals. You do not need to write what I'm writing. I just want to hear your thinking. Dominic, what else do I need to think about? Some kind of character. Sure. Maybe think about characters. What else do I need to think about? Violet? Objects. What else do I need to think about? Ethan?
What for the mascot to be?
Sure. Those are kind of the options. How do I make sure that it's a mascot that everyone likes? I probably need to ask my classmates, is this a mascot that you like? So I'm definitely going to have to ask my classmates. How do you think I'm going to decide? Or do you think everyone's just going to agree? Because that would be awesome. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be so awesome.
If you do, then that would probably be a miracle.
How am I going to decide? Put that up, Dominic. Then how could I decide?
Seeing which one do the kids like the most.
How do I do that?
Like give them a vote.
A vote. Probably going to have a vote. Probably going to have a vote. Anything else you think I'm going to need to do to figure this out? Dominic? What's that?
Win or lose.
Yeah, so going back to that vote. What are you thinking, Gavin?
Thinking we might have to do lots of time to think so everyone can think about the thing to do.
Sure. Sure.
Lots of thinking.
Definitely going to be doing a lot of thinking. Let's think about this question. You don't need to write it down. So the question is, how can I gather the opinions of other students to help you choose a classroom mascot? If you're not writing this down, how am I going to get to know what everybody else wants? Having this on appropriate use for pencil. How do I know? How am I going to figure out what everybody wants? Annabella, can you read mine? No. Okay, so we can't read mine. How am I going to figure out what everyone wants for their classroom mascot? Liam, can you read people's minds?
No.
No, me neither. Okay, we can't read people's minds. How else can I figure out what people want for their classroom mascot? Brayden?
Maybe you could ask them calmly.
Okay, so asking them. Do you think I'm going to ask them about every single animal and every single plant ever in the whole world?
No. What would your choice on the mascot be?
Okay, what if everyone picks a slightly different choice? Like what if literally every other person picks something different? That's not going to be helpful.
I have mine.
Nope. You're on the right track, Brayden. We are going to ask our classmates, but we're going to do it with a survey.
What's a survey?
Raise your hands. Does anyone know what a survey is? Anyone know what a survey is? Dominic, you know what a survey is? What is it? That's close. That's going to be the second part of it, but not quite. Ethan?
Like make a medal? Like draw a medal?
Not quite.
Yeah.
Gavin, do you think you know? What's that?
Write words on it?
Gonna be some words. Go ahead and write the word survey.
Okay.
Right.
Try to write the word survey.
S-U-R-V.
A survey survey is where we're going to ask a couple of options. So unlike what Brayden said, where we just ask them, hey, what should our mascot be? We're going to give them a couple of options like A, B, C, D, and then they have to pick a choice. Yeah, kind of like a test. You have to pick a choice. That way, we have an idea of which mascot is going to get the most votes. What we're collecting is called data.
Oh, yeah.
You've probably heard that word before. Make sure you've written that definition of survey. Or when you've heard data before?
Yeah, we had like a class
Ask.
for like the people who know more.
Yeah.
Ask. You have to type it, man.
And then she asked us what data
Put your fingers up there on the writer.
And
And write
data
ask.
means like
Child.
information.
Yep. Yes.
What do you write?
You're writing what I've written. A survey, which is where you ask a couple of options, and we get what's called data. That's what we're going to be getting back.
Couple.
Data.
See? O-U contraction. Okay.
When we're doing a survey and we're asking our classmates, do you think we need to just ask
L-E.
one person? No. Who are we asking? Who are we asking? Autumn? Just one?
Give
You?
it space.
All classmates? Anybody else you should ask?
Okay, space.
Think about who this mascot is representing. Arwen?
Your teacher.
Me!
Do the contraction for
We are going to ask all.
The next word is options. I told you to do the contraction. We're going.
Ask all classmates
Oh.
and teachers.
Oh.
We can't just
T.
ask our friends. We can't just ask one person.
T.
We have to ask everybody. Dominic? So let's pretend we've asked everybody.
Okay.
We've
Return.
gotten our data.
Return.
How do I show that data? How is that data going to be displayed? How do I show it? I went around. I asked all my friends in my classroom. I asked my teachers. How do I show the information or the data that I've gotten? Ethan?
You can write it on a piece of paper.
I can. Am I just going to use words? How am I going to organize that data? Brayden, you remember? It's not going to be a sketch note, but that's a good thought. It's super close to a sketch note. Remember, Ethan?
Yeah, survey.
Survey is how we get our data, but how do I share my data?
And that would be like a category, like make categories.
It is categories. You do it in math. You're going to make a graph. Raise your hand if you've seen a graph before.
I don't know.
Graph.
I'm sure you've seen a graph.
G-R.
Graphs are how we show data.
G-R-A-P-H.
Brayden said we're going to sketch note, and I said
Space.
kinda. And the reason I said kinda
Space.
is because graphs
Show.
show data
S-H.
with pictures. It makes it easier for our brain to figure out what we're looking at.
If
So
you
they
don't know
write
the
it down.
contraction, just go ahead and write it down.
So a graph shows data
O-W.
with pictures.
Space. Space. Data. D-A-T-A.
So we figured out we got to ask everybody first, and we're going to do that with a survey. Once we've asked everybody and we have our data, then we got to figure out how to show it. And to show it, we're going to use a graph. All right, so let's think now. We've asked our classmates, we asked our teachers.
Yes, T-U-R-E-S.
Got our survey, got our data. We've made a graph, so we can easily tell which one the class likes. How do I use that data? How am I going to use that data? If I have a graph sitting in front of me, how do I use it to decide which mascot to pick? Do I just make up one?
No.
Well, what do I use? If the graph told me that 5 people voted for lions, 2 people voted for unicorns, and 1 person voted for rocks, how do I use that data to figure out what my class mascot should be? Do I just pick what I like? Where are the rocks? No. How do I use that information? Scarlett? I'm going to pick the one that has the most data.
Why is it there?
It's not supposed to be done.
What is it?
Just for you to put your paper and I don't know if your classmates here and get this
So we're picking the category, or in this case the mascot, that has the most votes. That's going to be our last step. We're writing that down. Yep. Just the part that I wrote. Right, and put the mascot on. So we've collected our data.
Okay.
We made our graph. And now we're able to look at our graph and pick the one with the most votes so that we can select our mascot.
1.
So we have a tally chart. Raise your hand if you've used a tally chart before. Where each row is a tally, and then when you get to 5, you make that slash across. Have you seen one of those before? No? So we have tally. We have a bar graph. Raise your hand if you've seen a bar graph before. Instead of tallies, we're using bars to show how many. Annabella, you're up close. Which bar is the biggest in this one? Is it the red bar, the purple bar, or the green bar?
Purple.
Purple. So that tells me that the slide, that's what the purple bar is the most favorite. That's what that graph is telling me. Which bar is the smallest? Arwen?
Swing.
Swings, that red one. The swings. And then we have a pictograph. Raise your hand if you've used a pictograph before. Pictographs are a little tricky. Dominic, you with me? Okay, show me with your eyes. Pictographs are a little tricky, but they use pictures kind of like a tally mark. So each picture represents a person's vote. So I can see that there are more bus riders than there are walkers because there's more pictures of buses than there are pictures of walkers. What I would like for you to do, I'm going to give this to you. I want you to glue it in your notebook. If it doesn't fit on the page that you've done your notes on, just turn the page and glue it on that page. Okay?
What's a graph? I'm tattoos with more math news you can use.
Dad, what's this? As cars drive by, I stack up the block. If the car is blue, I stack up a blue block. If a red car goes by,
You stack a red block.
right, you can easily see that more blue cars went by than red. And almost no green cars went by, and even less yellow cars.
That's a great way to record information. What do you call it?
It's a graph. No, it's the,
In a graph, graphs are used to show and explain data.
What's data?
Data is a group of numbers. In this case, the numbers show how many cars drove by of each color.
I think we should call it the amazing 5 block counter thing.
It's a graph. Until next time them tattoos.
Closer look at this graph. It reads a class in another school voted on a class mascot. They posted their results. Below is a picture of their data. Can someone tell me what were their class mascot options? What were one of the options that they were voting on? Azalea, what was one option?
Penguin.
Penguin. What was another option they voted on? Brayden?
Lion.
A lion. Annabella, what's another option they voted on? An elephant. Dominic, what's another option they voted on? A what? Giraffe. Yep. Arwen, what's another option?
The tiger.
The tiger, and then we have the zebra. This is kind of like what Azalea was talking about, where the bars go up and down. But instead of a bar, we still have pictures, which is pretty cool. All right, at the bottom it says, in this class, each student voted for 2 choices. The students did this because they wanted the winner to be the mascot that most people liked, even if it wasn't their first choice. That's pretty smart. I like that. Look at that data. What was the #1 mascot voted on by that class? Which one was the most popular? Autumn?
That one.
How do you know that?
Because it has 7 penguins, and some of them
Do they have 7 penguins in their class?
they have it at the.
What does that mean, 7 penguins? Because I don't think they have 7 penguins running around the room. What does that 7 penguins actually mean? Right. Put that notebook down. Ethan, what does that actually mean?
It means in their class, 7 people in their class voted for penguins.
Yes, they don't have 7 penguins running around, but 7 friends in their room voted for penguins. Which animal only got 2 votes? Which animal only got 2 votes, Emma? The elephant. Would the elephant be a good choice for that class mascot? Why would the elephant not be a good choice? Annabella, why would the elephant not be a good choice? No, I don't know. It's not a good answer. Get out of Annabella land and into Miss Miller's world. Look at the data and think. Why would the elephant not be a good choice for this class mascot? Say it one more time. Okay, is 2 people the most votes? No. Is that fair? No. We want to make sure that the most votes decides our class mascot. What was second choice? Where's your notebook? What was second choice? Azalea, what was the second choice?
Tiger?
Is it tiger?
No. Yes, it is.
No, I got it under control. Azalea, look at that graph. Which one has the second to most votes?
Zebra.
Zebra was the second choice. Looking at this data, because zebra is so close to penguin, they might do another survey with only those 2 options to figure out which would be the top option. What is data? What is data? We talked all about data today. What's data? Brayden, what's data?
Information that you gather to use for ball drafting.
Sure. I love that language. Information that you gather. It's not just falling from the sky, but we got to ask questions to get some data. What's the data we're going to be getting? It's not a trick question. What's the data we're going to be getting in here, Scarlett? We're going to be asking about a class mascot. What do we do with that data? Stuff it in our book bag?
No.
What do I do with that data? Arwen?
You use it to figure out something like how much or
Love.
how many numbers.
Yeah, we're going to use it to make a decision. we're going to put it in a graph. And then I'm going to use that graph to make a decision to solve our problem